wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
See, can you really claim to have any friends if your friends don't wish that you die of syphilis? I mean, really, who can you trust? Who can you trust? Someone who wants you to die of syphilis, obviously. we're spreading the knowledge and the wisdom because I'm Gen X and I want to fight the system, the irony. We actually are. And as you guys know, I go on with Vlad Elkins at the Elkins Accounting Hour all the time, and we talk about disproportionately accounting careers. There's also all things accounting and taxes. And it's tax season, so Chad's busy. But when last time I was on there, we were talking to Red Hawk, and Red Hawk had become an enrolled agent, or he's in the enrolled agent program. And to initiate his entrance into the accounting profession, he decided to take the H&R Block tax prep course and go work for H&R Block this tax season. And throughout this conversation, I realized, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. And the truth is, when talking to him, you are actually better off as an aspiring accountant, if you want to get into the accounting profession, you're actually better off working for an H&R Block, a Liberty Tax Service, a Jackson Hewitt. These they seem shady. They're really not, but kind of the fly-by-night little tax prep companies that you find in the strip mall. Liberty Tax Service, there's the Statue of Liberty doing the dancing with the sign. After talking with them, no joke, you actually are better off going and working for one of those firms than you are what a more established, prestigious firm like Deloitte and Touche, Ernst & Young, what is it, Pete Marwick, KMPG. What's the other one? Is it Accenture? I don't know if they do accounting, but what are the big? Hang on, let me look up the big firms. Pete Marwick, Ernst & Young. Oh, PricewaterhouseCoopers and Leinbrid. All right. And so I wanted to do this video just to save you guys some time and money. We're going to go through the two paths, as it were, and I'll give you the boiled down version. So you can say, oh, geez, this is my goal as an accountant or an accounting career. And unless you want to become partner for one of the big four, there's no way you'd want to go work for the big four. So let me explain what Red Hawk is doing. Red Hawk went and took the H&R Block tax prep course. This is designed for you to go and do tax preparation comes tax time. This is not a full-time, well, it is a full-time job during tax time, but then tax time goes away, and then there's like a second tax time for extensions. But he was looking to get out of the trades, something that wasn't going to destroy his body, so he just took this course. This course takes 4 to 6 weeks. He said you could do it in about 40 to 60 hours. So 1 week if you were serious. And then he went and worked for H&R Block. He was paid $20 an hour. That's a fine wage for no college degree. They have you take the course, and they immediately say, do you want to apply for a position, or here's where you apply for a position. And the way he was describing H&R Block is that they are so desperate for employees because, let's just admit it, every young person today wants to become an influencer. I want to show my titties on the internet. Why do I have daddy problems? And that's most of the career people under 30. They're so desperate to have people. There's no political bullshit. There's no boomer boss. Well, I don't like your tie. The boomer boss I ran into, I mean, I could tell you all the different stories, but one, well, you're not sure about you teaching dance classes. You mean on my free time, which you don't own because I'm not your fucking slave, asshole? Well, now that you put it that way, what, do you have a Nazi flag at home? Do you like the guy with the funny mustache telling people what they're going to do with the free time? Okay, Adolf. And I asked him, I said, is there any bullshit if you're that short staffed? He's like, no, they're just happy to have you. I said, are there senior people who, if you have a question, they could kind of help you out? He's like, yep. Like people are there. Everyone's kind of in the thick of it. They're just happy to have you there. The bullshit is there's no political bullshit. I'm like, oh my God. What about Karen and HR? Like, yeah, you got to do this obligatory stuff, but they're not like, oh, the little 25-year-old prissy bitch with no real world experience, just her HR degree and daddy paying for everything. I'm a Scorpio and I'm looking at his birth date for the background check, and he's actually a Sagittarius. It's not really going to work too well. I don't think so. No. Oh, you got a job. Oh, you pay $20 an hour. And you'll train me. That was the other thing. Free training. There's a clear path to get promoted to different levels, make more money. And after a couple tax seasons, not even years, just a couple tax seasons experience, you could either go with H&R Block or Liberty Tax or Jackson Hewitt, or as another client of Chad's did, was it Parker? Parker went and took the enrolled agent course, which now allows you to prepare taxes on your own and sign off on them. And then you can open up essentially your own small little shop where you pay yourself all the money. So H&R Block, I don't know what they charge. They charge, say, $75 to do taxes. It takes you an hour or two to do the taxes. So if, say, $30 goes to you for a wage, and then the other 35 goes to pay for all the expenses, and the whatever remaining profit goes to the shareholders of H&R Block. But you could charge $75. So you go and you don't go to school to get the enrolled agent certification. You self-study. You go on this thing called the internet. Like, yeah, I'm fascinated with you young kids out there. I don't want to commute, but then yet you insist on going to a physical school. That right there, hang on. Where's my pen? I should remember that. Hang on. It's a genius idea. That's a hypocrite. Bear with me. I don't understand about young people. I want to work remotely. I want to be an influencer. I want to work from home, but I need to go to a physical school and spend a lot of money on a worthless degree. You don't have to spend a penny on tuition. You go and you self-certify, you self-study, you go take your online classes. There's Coursera courses. I think Khan's Academy has some. There's a lot of free courses online about how to learn accounting and how to do taxes. I'm sure there's study programs for the enrolled agent certification. You haven't even touched school, looked at the CPA. And so you go and you self-certify, you take the 3 exams, you get certified. Now you're making $30, $40, $50 an hour, $75 a tax return, a simple one. By God, you can actually live on that. You could be one of the few Zoomers who could afford a house. Maybe even pay cash for it if you're living at home and do this for 5 years. And so we looked up, what is the average CPA, right? This is the top certification you can get in accounting. And it was even San Francisco or California. So this is a high living aspect. The average CPA was making around 150, 160 mid-career. So this is somebody with a bachelor's or master's degree. They've passed the CPA exam, 10, 12 years experience mid-career. They're making $160,000. Do you know that if you charge $80 an hour, or you're really good that you can do your own other people's taxes, you could probably make around $100 an hour. You're no more than 3 or 4 years in, you're making more than a CPA with 10 years experience. When we started doing the math, and you accountants are pretty good at numbers, right? There is no way, no reason to go the traditional route of employment. And so to juxtapose now, paint the other picture. So option 1, you could start studying in high school so that you pass this test at 18. You can live at home, save some money, go work for H&R Block, go work for tax, get some actual experience doing the taxes. You're not going to school for 4 years, losing money, going to the debt. You are making money. You can even get QuickBooks certified so you could do some bookkeeping over the course of the year when it's not tax season, and you switch up to taxes when it is tax season. You're making the median income of the average American a little bit above it, actually. You're not spending a single cent on tuition, not a single cent on a book, and it's all remote. Well, okay, you got to go into H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or whatever to do taxes there, but your education is remote. And then after 2 or 3 years, you guy and I would get promoted within the company. It sounds like they're not fucking around. They're not, we don't like your shirt. Like, thank God you're here. Or you go strike off on your own, set up your own company, make some real money. Then there's the traditional one, which I don't know how many times boomers got to lie to you. How many times you, like Charlie Brown, always thinking Lucy ain't going to pull the football away. You young people keep thinking that the adults aren't going to lie to you about college. So the traditional way is you go to a good school, which just means you're paying more for the exact same degree. You get a 4-year degree in accounting. Then you apply to, ideally, it doesn't have to be this, but the Big Four. Oh my God. The great golden accounting dick of the world. Can I suck the golden dick of Pete Marwick, KMTG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, and Deloitte and Touche? It's French. It must be really cool. What do? Talk to Chad Elkins. He worked in one of the Big Four. They work you 60 to 80 hours a week, more when it's tax season. You know what they pay you? They don't pay you no $40, $50, $60 an hour. They don't pay you that. Nope. Even with several years experience, your CPA, you're at like, 140, 160, and that's in high cost of living California. And then, oh, by the way, if you'd like to advance within these places, y'all need your CPA. But you know what you need now, increasingly so, to sit for your CPA, because the accounting industry is so fucking wise how they self-regulate? Oh, you need your master's degree in accounting just to sit for the CPA exam, to go work for somebody else to be paid half of what they're billing you out for. Then you work another 68 hours a week. You're not going to have any life. You don't get to have no fun. You're going to get fat. Do you see the social lives accountants have? They don't have any. You see the personalities they got? And then, ooh, you might make junior partner. Ooh, then you might make like senior partner. Like, you're dead. You're 60 years old, fat and dead. All you did was work. And for what? Okay, you make partner, you making pretty good money. I'll grant you that. But it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Not for the younger generation. You guys want more of a work-life balance. You saw what your parents did. Oh, my God, suck the mighty corporate cock. Oh, money all over my face. What do you mean, my children? What do you mean, divorce? And right now, the rank and file economy, just boring shit like doing people's taxes, doing bookkeeping for little businesses. That's where they need you. That if you get, we're not talking 10 years experience. You get 3 to 4 years experience. Hang on, let me see what's like an average tax return. What does the average tax return cost to file? What? 224, 1040, and 323 with the state? Oh, that's itemized. Oh my God, it's even better than guys. A 1040 form, you could do that in under an hour if you're good. You could be making $200 an hour working for yourself as an enrolled agent. Multiply now. That's tax season. That doesn't go year round, but let's say, well, what? It's 1/3 a year, so 1/3 of 2,000 hours is 600. 670. Oh God, I gotta do the math. Hang on. I used to do math. Okay, so you get 1/3 a year times 2,000 hours, 666 times $200. Oh, there it is. $133,000 for a third of a year of work. You and me. No, I'm going to stick the Ernst and Young cock, and I'm going to dress up one more certain meetings. And I'll get my. Oh wait, let me guess. Let me ask the Big Four something. how how much Vaseline do you have at your corporate headquarters to rim everybody's asshole before you shove the diversity and inclusion and the CPE and the ESG and the sexual harassment shit? How much? And there's commuting, right? We got to go downtown where all the action, right? You're going to force people to commute because they can't possibly do accounting online. You got young aspiring accountants. You could go to school and attend it for 4 years, go into debt and not make money for 4 years. Then you got to go for another 2 and go into more debt. Then you got to work 60, 80 hours a week. It's not just the Big Four, but any public accounting firm during tax season. Half the money's going to the company. And now they got fancy buildings and they got rich people that want to make a lot of money. You're going to have to answer to some, not so much baby boomer cocksucking asshole, but probably a Gen X asshole like myself. I do know for a fact with insider reporting, the Big Four just loves these diversities cocks. Oh my goodness, I just like it. And you say, well, I'm Hispanic, I'm black. I'm like, yeah, and you're only going to make $40 an hour. And then you too get to sit in the diversity and inclusion training. I'm pretty sure you don't like it. When for a fraction of the effort, you can make just as much money or more striking out on your own. And then sit down, everybody. You got Charlie, the baby boomer partner over at whatever fucking Big Four. I want you to commute. I want you to come down to Chicago. Well, isn't that where all the adult Democrats poop and it's dangerous and there's rioting and shooting? We pay a lot for this building. I need to see you. If I can't see you, how do I not know you're working? Yeah, but literally people are getting shot in front of me. And I don't see why I got to spend an hour one way. Like there's work. Back when Ferris Bueller was in the theaters. Look it up. Chicago reference. Or you say, fuck no. I'm doing taxes from a beach where it's warm and a no state income tax place like Texas or something. I'm going to sit out and chill out and hang out. I'm going to do the taxes online. I won't take them. I know I want to bring in my paper. No, we're only doing people 40 and under. And you can have everything you wanted that most young people want. That's remote work. You can work from your house. You're your own boss. You don't have to answer to some old-timey gray hair fuck like me. Well, it's time for your diversity and inclusion. I'll go get the vat of Vaseline. Good thing you have your MBAs. Oh, God, just avoiding the MBA alone. And the only reason you'd work you go to the traditional route for accounting is because of not even the status or prestige. Like, people don't give a fuck anymore. Oh, you work at Wall Street. You see what happened to Harvard? All these institutions in the U.S. are going down. No one gives a shit about Hollywood. No one gives a shit about Wall Street. No one gives a shit about the Big Four. So unless you're like a true believer and you get hoodwinked in college, oh, here we go work for the Big Four. How much black vagina do I gotta lick? Oh, but then I might be in the thing for promotion. I could just have to identify as female and wear a dress. All right, sure. Well, yeah, that's worth it. Or I don't know. You wake up whenever you want. You take the clients you want. You go make your $200 a tax return. I'm actually shocked about that. Chad ain't lying about it. He needs bookkeepers because he's a CPA. He doesn't have time to do bookkeeping. He's like, he can find it for $45 to $65 an hour. You need experience. Don't hit. He's busy now. Don't hit him up either. He's doing taxes. Or you could spend 6 years in school, have to sit for the CPA exam, go deal with a bunch of corporate cocksuckers, go to meetings that don't have anything to do with it. Oh, you need CPE. He just can't put a price on education. Then why do they charge for tuition? And you think you're going to become a partner at these firms? Do you know how much backstabbing, War of the Roses type of shit goes on with that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because Josh Fluke has figured this out, and I think the young kids are starting to figure this out. The baby boomers are finally, oh, yeah, maybe I should spend time with my family. Fuck corporate America. Fuck that shit. That never delivered anybody any dreams. That never worked. It never did. And instead of this stupid fucking hurdle, you gotta get your master's degree, you gotta get a bachelor's degree, you gotta work here, and you gotta work on another. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do some taxes, get my enrolled agent certification, go work, busy season, get some time and a half with overtime. And I'm just gonna chill out and do my 40 hours. And then maybe I'll actually spend time with my kids. And by the way, I'll make more than people doing the big four without a fucking CPA. By the time you're 22, no, I got to be 24 because masters. So by the time you're 24, from 18 to 20, you made, say, you got to be making $30, $35 an hour by that time. 70 grand on average. Okay, six is $420,000 minus the taxes. You're more around like 300. You're 300. You have $300,000 more. Not that you'd have to save it all. I know you'd spend some and all that, but you would be 300,000 plus whatever debts. Let's say $370,000 ahead of all your contemporaries that actually went to fucking school to get a master's in accounting. The old way of doing things is obsolete, and it's actually bad for you. And we have gotten to such a clown world now that actually going and working, and you all make fun of Liberty Tax Service, actually working for that firm might actually, is very statistically likely a better move than going and working for like fucking Ernst & Young or KMPG. And I just, as an older guy that wish someone would have prevented me from going and working for corporate, please, kids, the adults are lying to you. You don't need to do it the hard way. Please look into educational opportunities and getting jobs that don't require 4 to 6 years more schooling than the 13 years. Look, they had you for 13 years, kindergarten through high school, right? And they still didn't teach you anything that you can't get a job. It's not enough. Dude, they don't know how to give you skills. We got the internet. Fucking bypass these boomer cocksucking assholes and go educate yourself. Go become a truck driver. That's like 3 to 5 weeks training. You're going to make 60 grand. Get your hazmat study. Okay, now you're up to 80 grand, maybe 100, depending on how long you want to drive. Go become a lineman. My buddy Thor. Look up Red Pill Thor lineman course, Gumroad. You could go make 6 figures before any of your friends who went to college even come close to it, even before they graduate from college. But when it comes to accounting, don't even bother. Get certified for your enrolled agent. Go take your H&R, whatever training course they got, whichever small-time accounting practice it might be. Get QuickBooks certified if you want to do some bookkeeping. All online, all for free or a fraction of the cost. And then just start working. Just start doing taxes. And then you don't have to do 60 to 80 hours a week, like asking for a pay raise and like, oh, that's highly irregular. Fuck you. So I linked to Elkin's Accounting Hour down below. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel. Binge on it if you want to learn about how to make money in accounting, how to have an accounting career. Because he went the route, got his MBA or master's in accountancy, I should say. Except for the CPA, the CPA worked at the Big Four. Nope, not the. Don't go down that road. He went there. He's coming back. He went down that path. He's coming back now. Like there's a fork in the trails. I'm like, do I go right or left? And here comes Chad. He's all haggard, got trees and twigs in his hair. Don't go that way. Listen to him. Ukano, $2. She saw Ramona Flowers. It felt so empowered. By a movie made in Hollywood. I'd hit that if I could. Ukrono, $2. Upload more excerpts from your book. I've uploaded enough. I'm going to start uploading other excerpts from my book. You could just go get the audio book, Ukono, I can't give the whole thing away. Jack Jackson, $10. If a majority of the tax base deferred on yearly payments and settled instead of paying in bulk, would that make a meaningful impact on Fed bottom line while keeping people out of trouble? No, they'll just print off more money or borrow from the Fed. They would finance that, 9-month max, 6-month. They know they could print off money. They did that for COVID. For a very, very bad cold. It was bad. People died, not dismissing that. Not a world war. We printed off as much money as we borrowed in World War II to fight a really, really bad cold. The government printed off money. They're very familiar now with printing off money. Fan I am, 5 Australian, new guy. Have you ever tried disc golf? I have. I think you'd like it. Hike, walk through beautiful surroundings while throwing a frisbee. Yeah, I've played it. I'm not that excited about it. I just prefer to go hiking. Tasso V, $5. Starting college in a month and majoring in accounting. Do you still think it's a good choice or economics or a medical field? Not sure. Going though. Why the fuck are you going to school if you're not sure what you want to do, dumbass? Is it because your parents told you to? And are your parents wealthy and rich? Do they know what they're fucking doing? The irony is that they're probably my age, and I look at people my age, I'm like, you're all a bunch of fucking morons. So you're giving your kids bad advice. Look, out of short version, do not major in economics. Economics is a horrible degree. Do not major in that. Right? The medical field, what do you mean medical field? Becoming a doctor? Becoming a surgeon? That's a lot of schooling. And most of the surgeons and doctors I've had send in letters, they say, don't do it. It's not worth the time. You got to get off your lazy ass and go research that yourself. But accounting, that's the one. Do you have to go to school? No, that's what I just told you. Is it going to hurt you to go get a couple courses in accounting? Absolutely not. But look, your first 2 years is going to be learning about how to lick Marxist vagina and why white people suck and men bad and poetry and poli-sci and all these other worthless prereqs that you don't have to. You don't have to do that. Go watch Elkin's Accounting Hour, where I think he has got Parker on, where he talks about enrolled agents. Look at the enrolled agent program. If you really wanted to do it, you wouldn't go to college. You'd audit some accounting courses. Like you say, hey, can I audit your course? Like that means you don't take the course. You don't get credit for it. You just sit and watch it. You don't have to just go and take the courses for free. I don't know why you'd physically go to a school then at that point. Go to Coursera, get it online. Teach yourself accounting. Take the test, whether it's enrolled agent tests, H&R Block training, or QuickBooks, which is a software bookkeepers use. There you go. But having a couple courses from college in accounting, is it going to hurt you? Absolutely not. And you may find out, boy, I'm really not the self-employment type. I really need to work for someone. Well, then, yeah, they're going to want an associate's in accounting. But you don't need to go to a physical school. Go to Western Governors University. Go to online school where it's cheaper, faster, and yet accredited. Still has to be accredited. Then you're done. But yeah, you're not, if you're wishy-washy, no, the fuck you're going to become a doctor? No, you're not going to go into economics. Woo lad, $5. Thoughts on using H&R Block for personal taxes? Helps if you have to report donations or second set of eyes, in my opinion. Anything more than simple W-2 forms. Look, if you're worried you're going to screw it up, pay someone else to do it. And there's nothing wrong with H&R Block or Liberty Tax Services. Nothing wrong. If you just got one W-2, I would argue TurboTax is just fine as well. But then you got to maybe pay for state. If you're in Ohio or Kentucky or some other shitty towns or states where they have local income taxes, you almost want to pay just to have that dealt with. But the first thing you should do is move out of areas that have local income taxes. But yeah, just to have it done and be done with, you don't want to do it. Like, do I do all my own auto repairs? No. Why? Because sometimes I don't want to fucking do it and I got shit going on, so I pay someone else to do it. So it's up to you. Handicappy, $5. Just applied for a couple H&R Block positions after taking the tax course. Good for you, man. Wish me luck. Enjoy the super chat without the Chad tag. Yes, it's very important. I don't have to share my money with Chad. Very important. I don't have to share any money with Chad. Matter of fact, I'll save this $5. I'm just going to frame it and we'll put it up. Like, that's the $5 Chad didn't get. All right, so there you go. I have linked below Chad's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that and tune into it if you want. Also, if you don't know if accounting's for you, but you sure as fuck don't want to go to school for 4 years and be $20,000 in debt, may I recommend you look into becoming a lineman. Thor has a course. Yes, it's $150. That's better than you going to school for 4 years and finding out, oh, I don't like this. all these education majors have their first day of teaching and then they quit and cry because they can't handle it. It's like, wow, you wasted 4 years of your youth because you want to help the children's. All right. See you guys later, Toodles.